Greetings from the Eccentric Man, and just a reminder that I have an ongoing Ko-fi campaign to replace the iPad that I use. It's 6.5 years old and it is coming to its last legs. I'm asking any subscribers if they would like to lob in the cost of a coffee to help me update and get a new one. I use the iPad as it's very easy for me to use, drop in iMovies for the videos that I do, and also for out and about at shows and events. The iMovies program is a very simple one for me to use, which I tend to need really. So I've put up half of the amount for myself and the new iPad, and asking if people would like to donate to get me to the second half. At the moment we're 68% funded, which is really good. So thank you very much for all those who have already subscribed. Subscribers that have sent me the cost of a coffee or two. So thank you very much. So you can find a link to it in the information below. Now let's have a look at today's. Well, greetings from the Eccentric Man, and what we have is an unboxing today. Haven't had an unboxing for ages, and I thought let's have a look at one. And what I've done is I've got the German Infantry Winter Box from Warlord Games, 28mm plastic figures, obviously for the bolt action game, and in here you get 30 figures. £26 from the local store, but obviously online you can find discounts. And this one says it's early, mid and late, which is pretty good going really. So nice bit of artwork on the front, and on the back it gives you a little bit about the sprues, what's on them, and also the figures painted up for winter. And it looks quite nice there. There's some of those who have got winter colour, winter sort of whitewash on their hats. And you've got some of the furry winter hats, which is very nice. They've done a nice little job on the bases there with the snow and looking like the frosted grass. So let's have a look and see what we get in there. There should be a decal set by the look of it. That's interesting. I haven't done decals on figures since the American Airborne. So yeah, and lots of little decals there for the German helmets. So that's going to be nice and fiddly. But anyway, let's have a look at what the figures are like inside. So looking inside, we've got the decal sheet. We've got the little information sheet on how to put them together, and some more pictures of the figures, which is nice. So yeah, the decals have come in a nice little plastic envelope just to keep them safe and well, so that they don't get scratched up by the plastic sprues, which is good. So we like that. Next up is our instruction guide telling us what the sprue contents are and what we get. So looks like we've got quite a number of hats there, and different types of bodies, all in the greatcoats, which is really good. No prone figures in this, and I know some people don't like them, and other people do, but in this one there's no prone figures. On the back, a little bit of explanation, and a bit more close-up of the painting, which is always useful. Should be fairly easy to paint then. Nice big expanse of greatcoats, and obviously with the multi-pose kits at the moment, you may even be able to swap out some arms and different things. But looking at the coat sleeves, they're quite large, so I'm not sure about how good that's going to be. So let's have a look at the sprues themselves then. So how many sprues do we get? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 sprues, 6 men on each sprue. Let's just give it a quick shuffle. Yep, normal thing, bases. They're the plastic ones with the lips. So yeah, the Warlord Games ones. So yeah, good there. How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 25. interesting. 30 figures and 25 bases, so there must be some more dotted around. Yep, and there is. There it is. Good. My maths is not bad. Well, it is actually. It's pretty poor, but I can deal with the basic stuff. So let's have a look. These look really nice. You can see the buttons on the coats. Hopefully you can see those. There are mould lines, and let's see if I turn it over. You can see it runs down the side of the greatcoat. So that's not going to be too bad to scrape off. Yep, runs down on both sides. So that's where the join was, as they say. But yeah, what have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rifles. So that's pretty good. MMG looks, the LMG looks a bit small. I wonder if it's just my, and it's coming off. Whether you can see it. Just looks a little bit small. I don't know. But once it's on, it shouldn't be too bad. I mean, there is another one, which is in the carry position. Different type of gun. That's it. Interesting, isn't it? So one's going to be the 42, is it? And one's going to be the 34, if my memory serves me well. You've got to have to be old as well if you can get the link to that song. Let's have a look. What have we got? So we've got the little gun here and the little one here. So yeah, it's 43. It's the GW43 automatic rifle. 48. No, that's not it. Is it then? That's something different. MG42. That is it. So 16 MG42. So that's the MG42, which is there. Excellent. Fine. So 27. And 27 is the arms with the MG34. So you get both types. So you can do early and you can get late. There's also an arm carrying an MG34 drum, so that's good. Which is very good because that gives you your loader. I'm not sure if there's anyone carrying ammunition for the MG42. No, don't know. So, but anyway, you get both parts there. You certainly get enough rifles to do the early stage. Boots wise, it looks like they're all wearing jack boots. Yep, look like they're all wearing jack boots, which certainly early war. I don't know if jack boots were issued for late war, but it was going to be very difficult for them to actually be able to put in different legs and different trouser and boot arrangements if you're going for a mid, early and late. So yeah, the weapons combinations you can certainly go for late-ish, but I'm not so sure about the boot side. But anyway, they'll do. Yeah, what do we get? We've got some interesting weapons. You got the your 44 assault rifles. Yep. So yeah, not so bad. So some nice positions of the arms. I know some people haven't liked the move away from the multi-part stick together the arms and then the weapons into the hands, because they're quite nice for changing around and doing conversions. But these are not bad, and they are doing some nice detail on the figures. So let's hope the video can work on here. So let's see how good that is. So whether it can focus in on it. Good detail on the heads and the faces, should paint up okay in my style of painting. Yeah, let's see arms wise. Arms wise, you've got a left arm, you've got a right arm with a pistol for your officer. You've got a right arm carrying a German hand grenade. One carrying a mine. Oh no, that's the ammunition drum, isn't it? Get it right, Ken. That's the ammunition drum for the early 34. Yep. Yeah, a number of Panzerfausts on here, which is quite good. Yeah, that is a nice sprue. Ah, yeah, you've got an ammo box there, and the spare barrels. So that should be able to do your loader for your 42. Yeah. Yeah, not bad at all. What I think we'll do is we'll put some together. Bear with me. How am I going to build the Germans? Well, at the moment I've got a platoon based of grenadiers, for the late war, and I've also got some late-ish war Fallschirmjägers. But I got this book the other day, which is the campaign Fortress Budapest, so I'm thinking I'm going to be looking at some of the units in this book. And they're all basically the same really for the late war Germans. You've got units of 5 men as your base unit, and then you can add in ones with Panzerfausts and a few of the assault guns and some of the late war LMGs. You can have 2 LMGs in a unit. So I think that'll be probably my basic loadout, is an 8-man squad as I normally do. I'll probably give the NCO and submachine gun as I normally do, just to make him slightly different. Whoops, dropping the book. I'll then have, I think I probably will make up 2 LMGs per team. So that's going to take us to 5 men with the rifles for the loaders. And then I'll probably then take 2 or 3 assault rifles in each squad. I think that might be the way forward. It just gives it a smattering of it. Certainly for a couple of squads I might go down the route of 3 assault rifles, and I might just go down the route of the NCO having one in 2 other sections. So I should be able to get 24, should be able to get 3 units of 8 men, and enough to give me perhaps a sniper team and an officer team, certainly that route. So, and as I say, they'll probably all mix in with the ones that I've got anyway. So we'll have a good mixing of some which are just wearing the Zeitbahn, is it? And some wearing the greatcoats. But let's have a look at putting some together. And as I say, we're going to go down the route of mid to late. So I'll be using the MG42 rather than the 34 as it is. Right, so let's have a look at what we've got. Have to look back at the instruction manuals. I've got my glue, which is my professional contact glue. I like that one. I've got my old Citadel cutters, because they're quite good. They've lasted quite well. And the Sharpie knife. So must be careful when scraping off the flash. We don't want that to end up in hospital. So let's just check our leaflet again. So if we're going down the route of the LMG being the 42, we need left carry arm 16, Yeah. I'm going to carry on 16. So we knew where that was, but where is it now? Yep, on here. So orientate our sprue. So it's going to be this one just here. So yeah, what's on the horizons? I hear you ask. Well, I've got to say a really big thank you to everyone who has donated on the Ko-fi campaign. That is really good. I think we're just below 70%, which is unbelievable, really. I didn't know what to expect when I did it. So let's clean off a little bit of the flash. Didn't know what to expect, and I have been really, really pleasantly surprised. So thank you very much, everyone. What I'll try and do is give a shout out, go through the list of who has donated in and give them a big shout out thank you. So yeah, that's our LMG 42. How do we want him? Do we want him running along, carrying? Yeah, there's not many running alongs carrying, but let's have a look at this body. Yeah, we'll go for this body. So let's take our figure off. Try not to damage the neckline of the coat. So let's see if you can see. There's the little line down the side, which is the mould line on that side, and the little mould line on that side. So we're just going to gently scrape down. A little bit onto the boot. Take out that little bit there on the boot. I'm just about going to sneeze. God, Struth. Yep. Always put your knife down when you're going to sneeze, because you don't want to cut any appendages off or any fingers. And again. I normally sneeze in pairs, so I'm hoping that that's going to be the final one. So let's just take out that little bit of roughage on that neck. So yes, mould line gone. Oh, there's a little bit on that boot just in there. So that's that one done. So okay, let's get a little base. I don't know if it's like with you. This is the one I really hate doing, is taking off the edge. I mean, I did have one of those Games Workshop scrapers, but I've misplaced it and lost it somewhere along the line a couple of years ago, and I really do think I need to go and get another one. If anybody knows of a company that does one rather than GW, please let me know, because I try my best as possible not to buy anything from Games Workshop. I am stuck really to a degree by having to buy some of the paints. I try not to. If I can find an alternative, I will. I really didn't like how Games Workshop built up and sold the end times and then dropped Warhammer Fantasy. That really annoyed me, and ever since I have decided not to pass any money, or as little as possible, to Games Workshop, which has probably been a boon for my local game store, Lost Ark Games, because I spend quite a bit of money in there with them. But they are very good people. Steve, who does the gaming side, Steve Booth, that is, a shout out to Steve, because he is really good for us and to us, and helps us out quite a lot in the store with the things that he buys, and he's always receptive to getting in some new bits and pieces if we ask him, and yeah, fair play to him. And He tries as best as he can to get into the games, but he's normally working in the store. So we try and get a few games where we can get him to join in, because he does like his war games, and he does make some really nice terrain. When you see the videos that we make, he is responsible for making some of the terrain, the trees, the hedges, the fields, the roads, puts the buildings together and does them. Yeah, so thank you very much, Steve. You are loved, and we do really appreciate what you do. So, well, we've got this arm, the left arm, and we've got his body stuck down while that's gluings. Yeah, so things in the pipeline. Obviously, we've been doing some Rebels and Patriots, and that's been quite amusing. If you've been following some of the videos, you know that I've had a great deal of difficulty trying to get games in with Colin. Not Colin's fault, but we've got a new dog, as I've said on the last video, and she barks as a guard dog. And she's a greyhound, and you don't normally get greyhounds that bark very much, but somebody's forgotten to tell her that, and she does. And I'm getting quite late from Colin's because he lives about 18-20 miles away. So by the time we finish the game and I get home, it's normally past midnight, and it's not good disturbing my wife and my daughter who's got work in the morning. So let's have a look. I've got my left arm carrying. So what arm do they recommend for the other? And I can't see one. So on the sprue, what can we use? There's that round thing, but I think that's got to be something else. That's got to be 50. Right arm carrying a telemine, so that is not going to work for the machine gun. So we need a right arm. Oh, excuse me, sniffing away. Oh, there's a right hand with a flare pistol. I don't think that'll be much use. Arms firing pants fouls. Left arm on the map. When all fails, let's have a look at what they're suggesting. Interesting. They're not suggesting anything on those. Let's go to the book and see what they're suggesting on the book. On the book, what am I on about? On the box. And I can't see anyone carrying the machine gun. So, then we've got to look on the sprue for an arm. Yeah, okay, that's we could run with that. Let's see if you can see that one here. If you can see that, we've got an right arm that is pointed, and obviously mostly right arms that point are for officers, but we might have to make do in this one and give him that. Okay, that's what we'll run with. Now the next question is, let's take off any little residue of the blobs. Now, so, what have we got? Talking about Rebels and Patriots, yeah, we're having a bit of fun with that, and that's why we've seen a few of those, because I can't get the bolt action games in, and John's a bit bored with bolt action, because we've played that quite a lot, so we wanted something different. So we had a little trial with that one, and that's been quite good fun. And I've just finished, as you may have seen if you are on the Facebook page for the Eccentric Man Battle Reports, I have just finished the British Intervention Force for the American Civil War. It's a what if. They were sent to Canada because there was an incident. So we've just finished painting those up, and that's good. But we also picked up the not subsidiary rules, but a similar set of rules by Osprey, which is the men who would be kings. And it progresses on from the era that we've been looking at in Rebels and Patriots to the sort of later colonial times, so 1870 and onwards. Yeah, that arm will do, I think. Don't you think? Let's drop it down and throw it on the ground. Little arm pointing forward. There he's got his LMG. And so we've got the men who would be kings. Changes it up a little bit. In Rebels and Patriots, you only get one officer, and in men that would be kings, each unit gets their officer and can be affected by the dice as being good or bad. I've ordered some dice from get it right. I've ordered some dice from Fenris Games, and Fenris Games do some marvellous resin casting. If you haven't seen them, and I've got to put together their whatchamacallit, Rubble City set. I've got that to do. But he also does some dice, and the dice that I've ordered are to be used for Rebels and Patriots, leadership and morale tests. And if you remember in Rebels and Patriots, if you roll high, like 6, good things happen. And if you roll bad, if you roll low, 1s, it's not good. So the dice are specially engraved and finished by hand by Ian at Fenris Games. And if you roll 1, it has for feck's sake, but not actually feck. It goes for the Anglo-Saxon spelling of it. So that is going to be amusing. I may not be able to use it on the videos on the YouTubes because of the age rating, but certainly in our games where we're just messing around, that is going to be a hoot. So yeah, if you want to get them, they are like gold dust when he does it. You'll need to follow him on Facebook at Fenris Games, or you can follow him on Twitter at Geronimo at Fenris Games. Yeah, he is a cracking producer, manufacturer, one-man business. Well, one man and his dog. But check him out. Have a look at his stuff. It's some really nice pieces that he does, and it is a really varied collection. So the dice, yeah, bit of fun. Have a look, and I'll show you when I get them. Well, perhaps I can't show you. I'll have to do asterisks in the middle of the word. But there we go. So that's it. The Rebels and Patriots. We're looking to see what period we can go for men that would be kings. So what are we going to give this guy now? What else are we going to give him for his accoutrements? We don't want to drag him down with very much, so we'll just give him a bread sack and a water bottle. Yeah, so we're really trying to think what period we want to do for men that would be kings. So what we've done is we've been bandying about what we would like to do, because what we would like to do is we've got other members of the group doing American Civil War, so we could do big battles again of the American Civil Wars. So we were looking to do the same with our men that would be kings. So we did think about the Boxer Rebellion, and that's quite good because you get quite a variety of peoples, but then again we would have to build quite a lot of Chinese buildings because it's the Peking incident. So 55 days, there's a film, 55 days at Peking, and you've got Japanese contingent, American contingent, Russian contingent, Italian contingent, British contingent, French contingent, German contingent. Have I said them all? Yeah, so you've got quite a lot, and they're fighting the Boxers. So there is that. But again, we've got to do the Chinese buildings. Next up, with considering, well, what else can we do? And we were thinking, maybe East Africa, so an East African campaign. So there are quite a number of combatants in the East India for World War One, which is a sort of a forgotten war. So you've got Portuguese, you've got Dutch, you've got British, you've got French, you've got German. So you could Turkish. So you could have a mix of those. So we were thinking about that. But the difficulty is this thing about, well, can we get the figures for these? So we're not quite sure. Islandwana, again, that's an option. But I'm not sure how many people want to paint up lots of Zulus. But the difference would be like 36 figures for the British and 100 figures for the Zulus. So it's tripling it up. But the Perry boxes are pretty good. So you can get 3 boxes of Perrys, and that more or less, I think there's about 38 Zulus in each box. So it comes out quite well. So you've got that. Let's have a look. What else do we want to do next? Yeah, I'm not sure. I can do a loader for this. So spare barrels. Obviously, they must have had to swap out spare barrels, and we've got a box of ammunition here. So I might go down the route. I don't know how that works. How that's stuck onto the end of the box. So if you can have a look, there's the box of ammunition with the spare barrels. So back to our little page. Can we see it on here? No. Can we see it on here? No. Into the box. Can we see it on the box? No. So, trickiness. Can we have it slung from a hand as if he's carrying it? So we're back to our sprue. Have we got any hand that is hanging down? Well, we have, yes. Ah, right, okay. Well, this is probably the ammo arm for the MG34, and it is the MG34. So again, it's a left arm. So the right arm's going to have a rifle. Yeah, that's good. I can see one of those. So let's take this off. Take the right hand rifle off. Yeah, so as we're doing on this, and we need a body, we'll go for this body that's moving. So he's moving with the gun, so we'll have his mate moving as well. So Islandwana was a thought process, but there's an awful lot of Zulus, but there's not a great variation in the British. So you've got some Natal natives, and you've got Natal native horse. You've probably got a unit of cavalry for the British, and you've got the infantry. So yeah, so we thought about Islandwana, but and then what we decided, perhaps not. And the next one along is Omdurman, and the campaign over in that way, in the Sudan. And that could be more useful, because you've got British, there's quite a few units in that, and you've got the Egyptians, so there's quite a few in that. And then you've got the dervishes, and they're a good way forward. And the fortunate thing in all that is that Perry do nice plastic box sets of the dervishes and the British, so that's a good route forward. So yeah, so we may be playing with that. So next current thing is Salute on Saturday. It's Wednesday today, and we've got Salute coming up on Saturday, and we are aiming to go. I have my tickets, and this is about the first time I've been going in the last 25 years, which is an amazing thought process. I mean, we used to go, and we did in fact run a game there once or twice, which is way back in the hallows of time. So yeah, we're going to go along and get there. I think there's a meet-up of YouTubey people at the painting area at 1 o'clock. So we'll be there. I'll be going along. I'll have my sweatshirt on with my YouTube logo, so have a look out for me and say hello if you see me. We'll be doing that. Right, so let's see what we're going to try and do. What we're going to try and do is cut this off and stick the hand to the ammunition box. That is the theory. So let's see. And we're going to cut away there. That's okay. It gives us a flat bit. There's a little handle on the top, so we'll stick some glue on it. Stick a bit of glue to here. And then put it together. That will probably work. Let's glue up with his feet. Don't know if he's down. I don't know why I'm putting glue on the back one. That's not going to be going anywhere, is it? Really? So stick him down on the base. And hopefully it'll stick. Yeah, so looking forward to Salute. I've got no idea if I want to buy anything. But a few things we want to go and look at. Say hello to the two fat lardies, of course. Because they're always fun. And there's... who else do we want to go and have a look at? Yeah, certainly Warlord Games, and have a look at what they're doing for Rebels and Patriots. Sorry, they've got a game that's being run. It's a Swedish battle, which should be good. And our friend Colin Brewer is helping out on the stand, or helping out at the game of that one. So we'll go along and say hello. Bad Squiddo, we wouldn't go and have a look at Bad Squiddo Games and say hello to Annie. Hello Annie, I don't know if she ever watches any of these, probably not. But we'll go along because we've already pre-ordered the women's ATS with the searchlight from Sarissa. So we're going to pick that up with a bit of luck. That's all been packed up and ready to collect. So a little bit something for my Operation Sea Lion game. I'm getting there. We're getting there. We just need a lighthouse next for 28mm. So that's our next need to get. So we're trying to source that. Gary, who does painting and glue 3D printing. If you haven't checked out Gary's web store, please do. It's Paint and Glue Miniatures, and he's got a license to print 3D tanks. And they're pretty good. He's pretty good with it. So check out paintandglueminiatures.co.uk, I think it is. You can find him on YouTube, and you can find him on Twitter. So have a look, because he does some nice stuff. And he tries to do the more unusual 3D printed vehicles that you don't get in your normal games companies, because it's not worth them doing the moulds, because not so many people want them. So we've got the arm there. Oh gosh, his foot's stuck to my fingers. And let's see if we can get this arm on here without messing up our... Alright, let's just gently rotate it a little bit more. I think that might work. Do you think? I think that might work. Yeah. I'm just slipping down slightly. Yeah. That'll do. And we need a head. So, loads of heads. We'll go for a whitewashed cover. Yep, whitewashed cover. Excellent. It's one of the older style perhaps hats, but we don't mind. Little dab of glue. Yeah, so videos in the future. Yeah, it's going to be a mix of rebels and patriots, perhaps men who would be kings, and bolt action. And me and John, we are still going to do chain of command. I know you haven't seen it, and I say we keep going to do it, but time is a big factor. I've started work, as you know, invigilating, so I'm doing a few exams every now and again, so that sort of clashes. John's a commission painter, so he spends a lot of time painting to get his orders and his business going. But we want to do a chain of command. We probably may not be doing the paratrooper one now. I think we'll focus on 1940. We've got the two Fat Lardies Blitzkrieg book, well I have, and John's going to be picking up the chain of command stuff at Salute. So he'll have that, and we'll be able to get going for there. So we'll be looking at that. So we'll be setting up our campaign for 1940 with my German Blitzkrieg and John's British Expeditionary Force. So there we go, our first two of the Winter War figures. So yep, there you go. I'll put more together and splice a few in, I would suggest. But I've got to get ready for work now because we've got an exam to invigilate. So, catch you a little later. Thanks for watching. So, what I've done is put them a first section together, and I think I'm going to use these as a bit of a fire team. So with that, we've got two LMGs. I've used one of the older 34s and the 42 in this one. Yep, and then I've given them two assault rifles, the NCO with the submachine gun in the middle there. You can see he's got the peaked cap with the sort of the scarf wrapped round it. So, yep, quite nice. Let's see if we can bring it over and spin it around. Yeah, so quite nice. I've been able to personalise two loaders, which is good, to go with the LMGs. Put the equipment on the back. So you've got the LMG 42 there with the box of ammo and the spare barrels for the loader. And then as we come round to the LMG, the 34, and then the loader with the ammunition drums in the carrying box. So that's the first unit put together. So I hope you enjoyed the little review and the build of the first LMG and the finished unit. So all I've got to do now is put the rest of them together and paint them. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hope you liked it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Stick any comments down. That's always welcome, and I'll respond with it. I'm still working through on my coffee campaign to upgrade this old iPad. If you can lob me a price of a coffee, that would be great. So, the link will be below. So thanks very much, and until the next time, which will probably be after Salute, I would suggest, which is this coming Saturday. So if anybody is about, I shall be at the painting competition area around about 1 o'clock. So take care and see you soon.